I don't think it was anybody like really noteworthy.
Yeah.
But this year is going to be Primus and Mastodon.
Mastodon.
So, yeah,
Mastodon is a great show too. I mean, their guitar parts and everything are fantastic. They're a fantastic band in general. I love Mastodon. So for all you kids out there who don't know Mastodon, check them out. I highly recommend it.
I believe they were in like Rock Band.
They
Mastodon,
were, yeah.
So some kids might know them from Rock Band.
Yeah, Rock Band. If you kids play Rock Band out there, but yeah, they're opening up for Primus this year, so gonna be a good show. I'm probably gonna go to that.
Speaking of Mastodon, Sean, you did get punched in the face at one of their concerts, right?
I didn't get punched in the face. I got headbutted in the face.
Oh, well, that's better.
It was Gojira and Mastodon, and I was in the pit, and some kid fell into me, and he headbutted me right in the eye, and I was bleeding and everything.
You like Chris Benoit flying headbutt?
Oh,
you?
Totally. Yeah, it was totally that. For all you WWE fans out there,
you dorks.
But yeah, he headbutted me in the face, and I had to go to work the next day, and I had my eye was all screwed up. It was black and blue and everything, and everybody's like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. I don't want to get into it." So yeah, but it was. But that's how you had a good time.
People thought you got into a crazy fight.
Or something.
I fell down some stairs.
So I think you have to tell that story, James.
Which one?
My girlfriend beats
falling
me.
Downstairs.
Oh yeah.
Was it at Mastodon or?
No, I didn't fall downstairs.
Oh, I thought you said you fell downstairs.
No, I was.
He was joking about
There
me.
was one time
you probably fell downstairs.
I got helped upstairs.
You got help. You got help doing a lot of things.
We went to. It was Gigantor. I think second year. I think of Gigantor.
Megadeth, right?
Yeah. Lamb of God was playing and Overkill.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was a great show. But I had a little too much initially in the parking lot before the police.
Too much quote unquote soda.
Yeah. And,
he was doing the quote fingers, by the way. Oh, you can't see.
Had to get helped up that long flight of stairs to even get into the venue, and I was like, I think I'm going to jail for public intoxication.
But didn't you?
No,
I
made it
to
there.
relieve yourself in betwixt two cars?
Yeah.
Betwixt.
Yeah.
Which is like a theme in your life when you get intoxicated. James's birthday was two weeks ago.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah.
And before I drove him home, he was like, "Wait, I gotta pee."
Wait, there's two cars right there.
No,
we're in this
in front of
residential
somebody's
area.
house.
Like, James, we got.
On
Let's
the tree.
just go, just in someone's front lawn, just on the tree.
He took someone's cheesesteak sandwich. I remember.
Yep.
And it was like bitten into,
Yeah.
and he's like, "No, it's cool, man. We can eat around that."
We were at the
You just
bar.
cut that off,
We were
man.
at the bar, and we sat down at the bar. There was this like to-go box, and we were there the whole time. And it was like, "What? I don't think anyone ever took this box."
Yep.
So like 2 hours later, he's like, "Wait, take that box." And
I was drunk
I
and
threw
hungry.
it out. And he was upset with me. But it was
I wasn't
disgusting
upset.
'cause
I
it's
think I
other
was
people's
upset.
food with the
However,
bite
I took it
taken
out
out
2
of
weeks
it.
later, I was like, don't think I didn't realize that you
Yeah.
took the fries out.
And I was like, you know what?
He was so angry he proceeded to pee in between two cars.
Yeah.
I took it out of your hand and I threw it like down the
You
street.
did. I
Yeah.
ran
And you're like,
after
"No,
it.
I want that."
Oh, I remember
Yeah,
that.
you like
Yeah.
ran after it. I
Oh,
was like, "Oh no." I know when James is drunk because he gets really close to your face and he starts talking to you. And I'm like,
Was that close?
he,
I
gets,
thought I still keep a good personal
No.
distance.
he gets
I
very
don't
close to your
know.
face. Well,
Oh.
mostly Chrissy. I mean, not me,
No,
thank God.
I don't feel that way.
He was like yelling in your ear. I was like, "Yep, James is drunk."
You just smile a lot.
Yeah,
You're very
that's
smiley.
I'm happy drunk.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is good.
It could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
It could be the violent
Dave Mustaine. Drunk.
Dave Mustaine. drunk, yeah.
Yeah, that's like white girl wasted, you know.
Shit.
Yeah, very metal.
Yeah,
That
very.
white girl
Yeah, I
wasted.
made it to that concert. That first half of that concert was the best concert ever.
The first half.
And then
The
first half.
The first half. Well, no, the
What you
second
remember.
half was
Yeah.
from what I remember. But
Yeah.
I definitely remember Overkill, not anyone before that, and then everything after that was awesome because Lamb of God was coming up. I got backstage for Megadeth
Oh, that's
or
cool.
side stage. I had a connection
That's really cool.
for that. I didn't meet anybody.
Oh, that's what I was just going to ask you.
No, I didn't meet anybody, but we walked behind. They were starting to play. We walked behind their curtain, the backdrop.
Yeah.
So we
Oh,
walked
that's
behind
cool.
that, and then I was standing next to Dave's tech, Willie G,
Oh, cool.
who was giving me heads ups for the pyro and stuff that was about to go off, and that was cool.
That's really cool.
Sean Drover stared at me for like 5 minutes while playing, and I was like,
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it was really creepy. He didn't look happy to see me. I can tell you that.
You should have blew him a
You were
kiss.
probably
He
sitting
was
next
just
to
like-
his girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
You didn't even know. He's like, who is that dude?
James is mimicking right
You should have
now.
blew him a kiss or something.
Oh, it was,
Oh man.
I think he was just trying to stand up straight first.
Yeah.
no, I was
There
good
you
at
go.
that point.
Oh, you're at that point. You're still
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was great at that point. Yeah.
Remember when you crowd surfed at Ghost
Yeah.
and people got really mad at you?
I was
remember
the-
we had the security guard,
Yeah.
and then in my bachelor party, we went to the Red Bulls game. It was the same security guard,
Yeah.
and we started chanting Ghost,
And he
and
recognized
he recognized.
He
and
recognized so
He's
weird.
like, that son of a. Yep,
Yeah,
that was-
yeah.
yep,
He
yep.
can't swear on his podcast.
Yeah.
kids, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, not yet. Well, yeah. But, yeah, I will never forget that. That show, I pissed off so many people. I was the only one crowd surfing. And I
Yeah,
got
no.
dropped. I got dropped on my
Yep, I
back
remember that.
on the
Yeah.
concrete floor. That hurt so bad.
That was
But
good.
it was so worth it because
Yeah.
I had so much fun at that show.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a good show.
oh my God.
Yeah, that
And
was
we-
your guys' first Ghost show.
Yeah, we were front row for Ghost, and
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm sure everybody listening to this podcast, Melissa and Kevin talk about Ghost all the time.
Yep.
They are all
Our
of
Ghost
our
updates.
one of our favorite bands of all time. They're amazing. One of the best live acts you could see nowadays. I mean, they're so theatrical. Like our parents had Kiss,
Right.
and our
Right,
generation has Ghost. That's how I look
Yeah.
at
It's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Except
So,
Ghost is better than Kiss.
Oh.
I've said it.
I love Kiss, too. Don't get me
I'm-
wrong, I do
I'm
love
sorry.
Kiss a lot. Even though they can be cheesy, I love them. You know,
Yeah.
you can't hate them.
Now, you and Melissa were the start of the Ghost fandom.
Yeah, we were at the Orion Festival, and
Nobody even knew who the heck they were at the time.
yeah, nobody knew. And it's funny because they look like KKK members.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
saw them. They were all
because they were
white.
all in white robes and everything. But what drew me to them is we're walking in the field and I hear the opening bass line for Conclave Con Dio, and I was like, oh my God, that sounds awesome. We have to check
we
them
gotta
out.
Check that out. Yeah.
And we were watching them, and I was like to Melissa, like, is this cool? I can't really tell yet.
Yeah, we were both like,
That's
oh,
awesome.
no.
You know,
I didn't know
but the-
KKK guys could rock like this.
But like the more we listened to them, we were like sold immediately. We're like the
Yeah.
gimmick because the guy with the Pope with the skull
Yeah.
makeup, and we were sold immediately. And ever since then, we fell in love with them. We were seeing them before anybody knew who they were. You know, we've seen them at the Webster Hall was one of the first shows we saw them at, and there was nobody there really. You know,
Yeah, no,
not a
they
lot of
were
people.
Weren't they opening for somebody?
They
or
were they were the headliner.
headlining?
They only played for like an hour though.
Yeah, you're right. They did.
That
a
was
short
it.
set.
Yeah, but
I don't think they had much music.
I
at
don't
that
think they
point.
had much material.
Yeah. because it was only for Opus Eponymous,
Yeah.
which ironically means self-titled album in Latin.
Does it really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know
it does,
that.
yeah.
Very good.
But that's all they had, and we saw them there, and then we kept going to every show. Every time they come around here, we go to
Yeah.
every single show, and it's always a treat to see them live. So, for all you people out there, definitely go see Ghost. You know,
Touring with Alice in Chains.
they're touring with Alice in Chains. Unfortunately, I'm not going to
Well,
that, but I am
Just the
yeah.
one festival.
That one.
Well, the one-
Yeah,
that one
yeah.
stop, but yeah.
not touring, but yeah.
Yeah.
There was the one thing, but yeah. Now Alice in Chains is also doing some shows
Yep.
around here
Yes.
by us.
Yes.
We're from North Jersey for all you people, but
Unfortunately.
yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, Alice in Chains is doing a bunch of shows in New York, which I am attending. I can't wait to see them. I've never seen them. You've seen them
Yeah,
a couple
we've
times,
seen
right?
them.
Kevin?
Once.
Once.
Yeah.
You said they're the loudest band you've seen
I have,
besides,
actually.
besides Testament.
Testament was very loud and
Testament.
scary.
And
yeah,
it's
they were
funny
scary.
'cause
For Kevin, they were scary.
For
Yeah.
Testament, that's how you guys started dating.
Yeah.
Was Testament.
Pretty much.
Yes.
That was like
That's
Testament's a band
solidified.
that brought us together.
Yes.
We were like over here.
Testament brings everyone together. So
It
yeah.
does.
Chrissy's like a super.
Yeah, so Chrissy and James have become super Ghost fans.
Super Ghost
Yeah.
fans.
How did you
Super
guys
Ghost
get into
fans.
Ghost?
I can't
Melissa
say it.
and Sean.
Yeah.
Wasn't Sean the ones that brought him in?
Yeah,
I got
seriously.
into it through Chrissy.
We got
Through
everybody.
Chrissy.
I
into-
can't say because of my career. profession.
Yeah.
I can't say the exact
Right.
circumstances
Right.
of how they came across my plate, but yeah, unfortunately, I wish I could say I was like a hardcore fan from the beginning, but unfortunately, I don't have those stories to tell. But so I listened to Meliora. I mean, that was really, the first
Yeah, that was awesome.
go around, and I saw like what they look like, and I was like, wow, this has to. And I've heard of them before. This wasn't the first. It's just like Meliora was the first time I was like, okay, I'm really going to give these guys a shot, So I listened to I listened to the album, and I see what they look like, And I'm like, okay, this has to be interesting. This has to be, For those of you who don't know, there is like a super overly satanic, a skeletal pope, and ghouls that, So I listened to it, and I'm like, oh wow, this is really. I listened to Spirit must have been the first song.
Yeah.
Yes, it was on that song.
Yeah.
So like, oh, this is good. This is like, what I think it would sound like, and then like the vocals happen. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess not. I guess I guess this is something a little different. So anyway, that began the whole rabbit hole into that. But I just love them. I just like it kind of just like spiraled into there, and I listened to the whole previous 2 albums, and it just kind of grew from there. And I like it. I like the whole like they're very like forbidden almost, like they're like this like cultish, and their fan base is very cultish too.
They got a huge following,
huge following, and like if you're a collector of any kind, if you're into they kind of really got me into vinyls. They got me into
yeah.
I had
you were always into vinyl.
I had an interest before, but like with Ghost, it's like, oh my god, it's any kind of collector. It's like a collector's dream or a nightmare, because there's always
like 20 different versions.
Yeah, there's everything that you're trying. Kona loves Ghost.
Yeah, she's
Kona's like, wait, we're talking about Ghost. Wait a second.
She's going bananas right now.
I know them.
But Chrissy's kind of become our news center for Ghost now.
Yeah, she
Any
really
kind of
is.
rumors or news coming through.
Most likely from Chrissy.
Melissa comes home. There's new things. It came from Chrissy.
I found out from Chrissy.
Yeah.
She's a news center.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about the next album. Sort of like Kona. What are you
She's
doing?
like, I just love that Papa.
I know you love Papa. You're really misbehaving.
This dog really
excited,
loves Ghost. Yeah.
I'm very excited for the next album, because I don't want to get into the whole lawsuit thing that's happening, but there's been some internal changes that will make this next album a little different. In a way, in terms
hopefully for the better.
Hopefully for the better. Well, I don't,
this last album was good.
It's good, and they're kind
compared to their earlier stuff, it was very.
Well, it's very different. I mean, they're a doom metal band, and from their first album, it's like, wow, this is doom metal,
Yeah.
And then their second one was a little transitional, and Melior was very. A little bit, fringing on commercial, and I think they're right about to like.
Go mainstream.
Blow up a little bit.
They've already blown up, because now when we go see shows, we have to wait in line to get in the front.
Oh,
it's crazy, like we would just walk into venues and we'd have no problem getting to the front.
Yeah.
Now it's like we have to get there like 2 or 3 hours beforehand.
Just to get,
and I I'm happy for them that they're huge now, but at the same time, like I hate it.
Right, I know
because I was seeing them when nobody knew who they were, and. Unfortunately, good for them though. I'm glad they blew up.
And that's what they want. They want to be big. But as a fan, you're like,
I know.
You like these intimate shows. You like these intimate.
Yep.
And that dude, like the last album, Melior, that kick drum and the bass, the tone they get out of that bass guitar and that kick drum, like was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, as I saw them with Iron Maiden, I thought, like, Iron Maiden put it on an amazing show, but their sound was better. Ghost sound was way better than Iron Maiden. But Iron Maiden, I mean, is, all hail Iron Maiden. That's easily one of the best metal bands of all time. But their sound was so much better, I thought. Unfortunately, but yeah.
So, James, what happened with you with Ghost? Did Chrissy come home? It was like, hey,
pretty much. She's like, hey, I really think you should check these guys out.
Knowing that it wasn't exactly your cup of tea.
No.
Because we had very different...
It's not anywhere near Pantera or...
No. But
and
for all I know,
general,
it was.
Right.
So she's like, you should really check this out. And Chrissy's gotten me into a lot of music that I normally wouldn't have listened to from the get-go. But she was like... She showed me the picture. It was basically the same thing that she's contested here or stated here. She saw the image of the guys, was like, oh man, this is going to be like crazy. Listen to them, not so much. It was just like the total opposite of their image, which I think is the huge draw.
Yeah. There's an irony towards them, about them.
Yeah, and I was like, "Is this the band that you wanted me to listen to, or what?"
Yeah, because